What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Tyler Perry's The Oval Season 5, Episode 2. So if you haven't seen the second episode of Season 5 of Tyler Perry's The Oval, turn this video off right now. Go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It is a simple and free way to support my channel. Literally takes less than 4 seconds. So if you're watching this video, spending 4 seconds of your time, you could definitely hit the like button and hit the subscribe button because I don't only review The Oval. I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. I might stop to regain my train of thought. You might hear you might hear so. It is what it is. Definitely going to be looking at my notes over here that I take throughout the show. Also, anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. No one's paying me to be biased towards, against, none of that. Also, comment below what you thought of the episode, what you thought of my review, if I forgot anything, if I was off on anything. Also, grade the episode in the comments below. I like to do grades here, not ratings. And I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode 2 of The Oval. Yeah, I'm going to give it a C+. This episode was like really dry. Last episode, I was like, okay, we're getting the Rakadushis involved. But now that we know they're involved, it's kind of like, okay, like what now? But yeah, I say C+. So last chance, if you haven't seen episode 2 of season 5 of Tyler Perry's The Oval, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. I'm drinking my iced coffee too, so I might grab this from time to time. I made my iced coffee myself. Like I made it hot last night and then put it in the fridge overnight. That shit hitting. I put the right amount of cream, right amount of sugar. Anyway. So the episode starts off back in the hospital with Nancy and the doctor and Richard. So Nancy steady yelling like, he choked me, talking about Richard, saying Richard choked her. So the doctor, he steady asking Richard, can you step outside with me? Richard's like, no, I'm not leaving my wife. So the doctor's like, okay. So he leaves out and goes to get security. So while he goes out to get security, Nancy like, stay away from me, telling Richard stay away from her, and Richard telling her like, you can't be saying stuff like that. Like, she started saying, well, how did I hurt my neck? Da, 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 da. She going so hysterical. He trying to calm her down, but she not listening. So then the security guard comes in, who is played by T from the Parkers. I was like, okay, cameo. I missed the Parker. I mean, I was just watching the Parkers the other day, but I was like, okay, T, got him a new role. So he comes in and arrests Richard. But I was like, is T supposed to be an actual police officer, or is he supposed to be security for the hospital? Because if you're security for the hospital, I don't even think they be having cuffs or be locking people up. Don't get me, I don't know. But I could have swore like security at hospitals and stuff can't lock you up or nothing. The only thing they can do is like call the police and try to keep you there. I think. I don't know. Maybe security guards at hospitals are different from security guards at like retail stores and stuff like that. I don't know. So then we back at the hotel with Priscilla and Bobby. And you know, at the end of the last episode, Sam shot Bobby up. And I was saying to myself, like, he probably really got shot because why would he be wearing a bulletproof vest if he was planning on getting some ass from Priscilla in that moment? So I didn't think he would have a vest on. So I was like, Bobby probably really done. But turns out Sam used rubber bullets. It was a warning shot on Bobby. So Bobby, he in pain still. Priscilla like helping him up. She constantly apologized, like, I'm so sorry. Low-key probably turned on. I don't put it past her to go home and fuck Sam. He was like, go home and wash my clothes, bitch. So Bobby, he calling Priscilla out, like, you used me, you knew he was gonna get mad, da da da. I was like, nigga, you knew that too, though. Don't try to act like you didn't know that she was using your ass. And you was okay with it until she didn't give your ass no ass. So Priscilla like finally admits, like, yeah, I did. I was using you, da da da. Like we didn't know. She was like, I don't know what I was using you for, though, because I didn't want to make him jealous. I didn't want to do this, do that. It was like, girl, whatever. So Bobby was like, all I wanted to do was sleep with you or something he said like that, which threw Priscilla off. Priscilla was like, I'm gone. So Priscilla leaves. So Sam finally arrives at the White House and Mac's like, where have you been? And Sam was like, I've been handling something. He was like, ask your boy Bobby. So now we know last episode when he kept saying, I'm going to drop you off at your car, Max. I got something to handle. And he wasn't trying to tell Max what it was. I thought it had something to do with Jason. The whole time it was him going to shoot up Bobby. Should have known something because last episode they was like making it so, like they had Max make that phone call to Bobby saying to keep his head on the swivel, Sam might be coming for him. So I was like, I didn't think nothing of that at the moment, but I guess Sam really was coming for him. So Sam, he's steady trying to avoid where he was, what happened or whatever to Max. He's like, man, we need to go to the VP's office. Let's go to the VP's office. So, you know, Cal, Donald, Victoria, they still outside the White House infirmary waiting to hear about the president. The VP, Max, Sam, they come down there. The VP's like, how's he doing? So Donald looked irritated as hell. He's like, how the hell this nigga down here? How he know? Because, you know, Donald's whole idea was to keep it from the VP. Keep it from everybody as much as, as long as possible. That was his plan. But, you know, Victoria's digmatized, so she got other plans. So VP asks, how's the president doing? Donald's like, he's trying to tell him, like, he's fine. Victoria's like, cut the bullshit, Donald. He's unconscious, but he does have a pulse. And she says to the VP, who I remember now, this episode, his name is Eli. I forgot his name the last couple of episodes, so I couldn't really remember. Well, not the last couple. Last episode, I couldn't remember his name. I kept calling him VP. But now I remember his name is Eli, so I might say Eli or VP. I might say president or Hunter. Either way, they're the same person. If you watch the show, then you should know that they're the same person when I say that type of stuff. But anyway, so Victoria's like, oh, well, Hunter's unconscious. He does have a pulse, though, but she tells Eli, but you do need to go to be sworn in immediately. So Donald like, it's only going to be for a few hours. Victoria was like, hopefully. You know, Victoria already got this whole plan. So then Eli, the VP, we just need to make sure that the staff doesn't know that it was an overdose. So Donald was like, how do you know that it was an overdose? Looking at Victoria looks super guilty. She like, it's like, girl. So Donald gets ill. He didn't overdose. It was simply the wrong medication. It's like, nigga, Victoria already done told him what was up. So Victoria get to no one will believe that he took the wrong medication. Donald trying to tell Victoria, like, the president, he gonna be fine. He gonna be fine. So Victoria tells Eli, head on down to the Oval Office so you can be sworn in. I'll be right behind you. Tries to tell Donald to go. He like, no, I'm gonna stay here right with you. So Eli walks off. Donald asking Victoria, like, why did you tell him everything? So Victoria gets, because it's the law. I'm like, girl, now you want to follow the law, huh? Now you want to follow the law. I might not like Donald, but the nigga's not stupid. What was that cloth? I don't know. I literally just woke up, threw my glasses on, went to get my iced coffee from out the fridge, and came to record, so. Anyway. So, what'd she say? Yeah, she like, it's the law. So Donald like, I know you up to something. So Victoria tells Donald, why don't you just go? Just leave. So Donald gets it. So you could do the same thing you did to your son, to your husband? Hell no, I'm going to stay right here to watch you. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stay right here to watch you. Victoria's like, what sense would that make for me to kill him? Like, I need him in the Oval. Donald's like, I don't know about that. He was like, I know you got some type of other agenda that I don't know about. So he tells Cal, like, Cal, you watch her. Tells Cal to watch Victoria. He's like, and don't let her go nowhere near the president. Yeah, I don't put it past Victoria anyway. And plus, this plan that she got with, like, getting with Eli or whatever, it would work if she did kill the president. So I feel like in that moment she was lying to Donald. I mean, we know she would, but as far as like saying she wouldn't kill him, I feel like she would. So Max and Sam, you know, they standing in the White House. So Max is like, how long, Sam? So Sam's like, how long to what? He's like, how long do I have to keep looking at Cal? This nigga 5 seasons later, this nigga still on Cal's ass. And it's right though. I mean, the nigga tried to kill you. So I mean, it is right. But it's like, damn, 5 seasons later, this nigga Max is still on Cal's ass. So Max and Sam, they get to talking about Jason. Like, we got to find Jason. You think he made it back to the cabin? And Sam's like, I hope he did. He better have. Max was like, yeah, because Jason's the glue to all of this. I'm like, he might be the glue, but that nigga don't want to say nothing. So Max is like, well, I'll call Bobby so you could go, so Sam could go get on it. Like, get on the Jason track. So Sam smirks like, you do that. So Max calls Bobby, like, I need you to come to the White House. Sam needs to be relieved. So Bobby like, oh, Sam's in? He like, okay, bet, I'm on my way. So after Max get off the phone, Sam's like, what did Bobby say? So Max like, he said he's on his way. So Sam's smiling like, well, this should be good. Max like, what does that mean? Sam was like, exactly what I said. So you know what's going to transpire when Bobby get there. They really going to wreck in the White House? The White House all over the place right now. I don't put it past them to fight as soon as Bobby get there. So back outside the infirmary, Victoria's, she talking that gay shit to Cal, like basically, who was on top? You're Donald, shit like that. But then she asked Cal, how did Jason get away? And Cal was like, well, Jason had some type of help. So Victoria was like, oh, so you're not even better than his help? So Cal was like, we'll find him. So Victoria was like, well, you had 24 hours to find him or else. And she didn't say what the or else was. It's like, girl, you don't have no or else. You just wanted to threaten somebody. Because she know Jason is, like Max said, like, he's the glue. If they don't catch Jason, Jason is the only one that can expose everything. Even though this nigga was in the middle of it. Because, like, in some faction, they was protecting your nut ass, Jason. You raped and killed the maid. You killed, what was her name? She was like the press secretary girl. You killed her. Oh, no, he didn't kill her. Sniper did. But either way, he do wild shit, and they basically, like, covering up. I mean, they still bad, but, like, Jason, they covering up your shit, too. So Manny, he walks Jason to the Rakadushi camp. And River's there. He's like, oh, he can't see the highest right now. The highest is resting. He was like, I can talk to him. He was like, plus we look like brothers. And I was like, no funny shit. I told you I'd be fumbling my words, whatever. Jason from the Oval and River from Ruthless, they do look like they could be brothers or related or something. They look a lot alike. And I was like, are they brothers? Like, somebody let me know in the comments. Because I tried to look it up. I got nothing. So I'm wondering, like, are they really brothers? Or did he just say that? Because they do look alike. So Manny, he lets Jason talk with River. So River asks him who he is. And Jason like, my name is Mike. So River's like, you don't look like a Mike. Low key, I think River knows who he is. Low key, I think. So Jason's like, look, man, I just need a phone. He was like, where am I? So, River, he loved to say, you're in the Rakadushi compound. This is heaven. Da-da-da. So he basically tells Jason, like, you can't leave now. So Jason, he started going off. Like, I know I got to get out of here. People are after me. River's like, what people? Jason ain't saying nothing. So River's like, well, how about I have the elder mother come and make you a meal? Which low-key kind of calms Jason down, but he's like, I don't want that. Like I said before, I feel like this is the type of place that Jason would want to be once he found out what type of place it is. So I feel like once he get that meal up in him, he gonna be there. What's gonna happen now? They got the president's son up in there. You know, at the end of the last season of Ruthless, if you watch Ruthless, spoiler alert. If not, skip this next little 5 to 7 seconds. But you know, at the end of the last season of Ruthless, the feds was on their way to the compound, and the highest was like, "All right, let's prepare for war." So I'm wondering if this got something to do with the White House, or if it's just them feds that's been geeking to get them anyway. Anyway, back to this. So then we get this scene with Lily. I can't stand Lily. I really don't like her character. She's annoying to me. It is what it is. So she calls Bobby. She's like, I need to see you. So Bobby's like, nah, you made your choice. So Lily gets to telling Bobby about the dead lover, Donald's dead lover upstairs in the bed, and the cop that came trying to kill him but killed the lover. Telling them all that. Oh, excuse me. So Bobby get the, so what, you fucking this cop? I'm like, why does it matter? You just literally 7 minutes ago just tried to get up in Priscilla's pussy. So it's just like, why do you care? But either way. So Lily was like, stop it. You need to stop it. So Bobby was like, I gotta go. Hangs up on her. He ain't fucking with Lily no more. Not until he get horny and shit. Have they slept? Oh yeah, they slept together, yeah. So the T from the Parkers, who's playing the security officer at the hospital. You know, he carries Richard out the room in handcuffs, asking him what's going on. So Richard get there. Me and my wife are having some issues. I'm like, nigga, that's not the type of shit you say when you being carried out of the room accused of assault. That's not the first thing you say. I mean, of course, y'all having issues, but that's not the first thing you say out your mouth. Because they be like, oh, y'all have an issue, so that gave you the right to put your hands. Like, no, dumbass. But immediately after that, he says, I didn't choke her. If you're going to take me to jail, then do it. Then the doctor rushes out, comes out, tells T, tells the officer, he's like, look, Richard's telling the truth. So T uncuffs Richard. Richard's like, what's going on? I mean, the doctor's like, what's going on? So Richard's telling them, like, look, Nancy's the doctor says that Nancy's all over the place, and she said that Richard choked her a month ago and she just woke up. So Richard starts explaining, like, look, some very bad people gave her some very dangerous type stuff that she was taking. So the doctor get to asking, like, have you ever heard of something called devil's breath or angel's trump or something like that? And Richard was like, no, I haven't. What is that? So the doctor was like, it's I wrote it down. Let me just look. I tried to remember it off the top of my head. It's an extremely dangerous Colombian flower. She was like, the doctor says Nancy's clothes was covered in it and it was in her pockets and all that. He said it's a manipulative drug that makes you do like basically takes away your will. It makes you do whatever somebody else wants you to do. So they asked Richard, like, how do you have any idea how she could have got it? So Richard, he gets the cult, like, this cult. He's like, is you gonna be okay? She gonna be okay? So the doctor's like, well, she had a lot in her system, so it's gonna take some time. You're just gonna have to wait it out. Then he apologizes to Richard, like, I'm so sorry. And then he tells Richard, like, you can go back in there with your wife, but just be warned, like, she's prone to say anything. I wouldn't even go back in there with her nut ass. The fuck? You just accused me of abusing you? And then you saying, doctor comes out, says she not changing her tune. So it's like, he gonna go back in there. She gonna be like, keep him away from me. Like, what? I mean, I get it. I get Richard's side, though. That's his wife. He gonna be there. But it's just like, at this point, just sit outside and wait, Richard. So back at the Oval Office, the VP, he's getting sworn. He has been officially sworn in as president. So he was like, first order of business. Donald was like, excuse me? VP was like, what's the issue? He's telling Donald, like, know your place. But then he says, Donald, you're being replaced. He tells him he can leave, along with Cal, too. He said, y'all both can get the fuck. So Donald don't you think you need to be up to speed first? So VP was like, are you kidding me? He was like, I've been up to speed since Hunter's been in office, because that nigga hasn't done shit since he been in office. He's like, I'm already up to speed. I already know what's going on. I'm handling the problems. Because he basically, like they said, like he basically been the president the whole time, because Hunter don't be worrying about nothing but bitches and drugs. So VP always been handling it anyway. He tells Donald ass, don't stop at your office, don't get nothing, just dip. So you know Donald ain't hearing that shit. He goes back down outside the infirmary, asks Cal, where did Victoria go? Cal's like, I don't know. How you don't know? He just told you to keep an eye on her. So Donald tells Cal, VP just got sworn in. We got 24 hours to wake Hunter up. So then he tells Cal to, like, find Victoria. So Cal, he calls Victoria. I mean, not calls Victoria. He he walkies like somebody get eyes on the first lady. So Alonzo walks up. Poor Alonzo, this nut ass nigga. So Donald get to telling Alonzo, like, I want you to tell me everything from the beginning right now. So Alonzo was like, well, I got what the president asked for, the drugs. So Donald gets to, Hunter's an idiot. And Alonzo's like, I'm so sorry, sir. So Donald's like, where'd you get the drugs from? So Alonzo's like, the pharmacy. And Donald's like, what pharmacy? It's when Cal butts in, you're not getting it, sir. Say, you're not getting it, sir. You're not catching it, sir. He said he got the drugs from the same pharmacy that Sharon works at. The one that Hunter, the president, was trying to proposition. So now they're going to think Sharon got something to do with it. Wait till they find out. Because you know they going to try to go for Sharon and Kareem next. Wait till they find out Sharon's locked up and Kareem's in the hospital. So Donald, he asks Alonzo, where are the drugs now? Alonzo, what did he say? So Alonzo says, oh yeah, he don't have them no more. He gave them to someone to bring back to the pharmacy. Then he says he didn't want anyone to know that the drugs was for the president, so he stole the drugs. I was like, nigga, that's why you did that? So Donald tells Cal, pull out your gun for me. Tells him to point it at Alonzo's head. He's like, if Alonzo don't answer this question in the next couple of seconds, put a bullet right in his head. So Donald don't give a fuck no more. He just got fired. But then somebody pages Cal. He's like, I just got a page. The VP is on her way to bunker. So I'm assuming it's the bunker where they got the VP's wife at, which we found out later is the bunker. So Donald tells Alonzo, I'll deal with you later. Walks off. I'll deal with you when I get back or whatever. So Cal tells Alonzo, you know you're serious. You're screwed, buddy. You're screwed, buddy. So then we get this scene with Alan and the feds. And it's the same feds from Ruthless, Desiree and Cal. So, well, Desiree's a prosecutor. I guess Cal's just like the FBI agent. Maybe prosecutors and agents, maybe they go inside. I don't know. So Alan studies saying, damn, I forgot to get my scissors. Damn, this don't bleed and I'm pissed. I forgot to get my scissors to cut it. I just have to try to keep my mouth dry. It is what it is. So Alan immediately, like, I want my phone call to call my lawyer. Which should have been the end of the conversation, but you know how feds is. They hear the word. You hear the word lawyer, that should be the end. Like Law and Order SVU would never. They hear the word lawyer, they leave out the room. Can't say nothing else after they ask for their lawyer. These motherfuckers still like, okay, well, just listen. So Desiree gets to telling Alan we were sent by the VP. They tell Alan he looking at serious charges because that fentanyl that they found him with has been charged. I mean, it's been linked to several deaths and overdoses. So they asked him where he got the drugs from. So Alan like, I didn't have the drugs. I didn't get them from nowhere. Like basically like, I didn't. So Desiree's like, you want to tell me what happened? So Alan get that. I don't believe anything y'all saying right now. So it don't even matter to me. So this is when Desiree tells Alan that the president overdosed on the same fentanyl. She was like, it just hasn't been released to the public yet. So Alan probably in his head like, oh shit, my plan worked. Because you know Alan was the mastermind behind this whole thing. He was the one that told the drug dude to make sure it was like a lethal dose to give to the president. Gave it to Alonzo. Alonzo gave it to the president. So Desiree telling Alan it was all a setup. I'm so sorry you got caught up in the middle. I was like, if only they knew. This nigga is the reason. So Alan, he's still saying, I want my phone to call my lawyer. So Cal get to telling Alan, like, look, you can't tell anybody what we just talked about. So Desiree tells Cal, take Alan to the back in the holding, I guess. So Desiree, she calls somebody. I'm assuming it's the VP. She's like, Alan didn't listen to anything we said. She said he ain't listen to reason. And she tells the person on the phone, you want to have to come down here and talk to him yourself. She's like, or do you want me to bring him somewhere? Bring Alan somewhere. So, the VP's wife, she's in the bunker since her and the first lady fought. She upset, telling the agent, like, you can't keep me here. I'm the VP's wife. So the agent was like, I can't keep you in here. You assaulted the first lady. So Victoria comes in, tells the security, like, leave us alone. So Victoria get to telling the VP's wife. I can't remember the VP's wife's name. She bad too. Not bad, like she look good bad. That's what I meant. Like she good looking too. Look better than the first lady. Why all these niggas picking the first lady over their wives? And their wives look better than her. No offense, but it's like. So she tells the VP's wife that he's been sworn in as president. So the VP's wife like, I need to be there. They're going to wonder where I am. So Victoria was like, oh, don't worry. I stood with him. You're away with the kids. She was like, I decided me and Eli make way better partners than me and Hunter. She was like, it's going to be revealed later that you were away with the kids and you got into a horrible accident. So the VP's wife like, Eli won't let you do that. Victoria's like, you'll see. She's like, this is Eli's plan. This is his plan. So she's like, you'll see. Then she leaves. And the VP's wife pulls something out of her boot. I don't know if it was a phone or if it was a recorder. I mean, if it was a phone, it was a recorder. I mean, they like the same thing, but she was like, we'll see about that. I was like, okay, girl, but put that bitch back in your boot because you know she about to send security back in there. And then we see in the next episode, somebody asks Eli where his wife at, and he was like, she away with the kids. So he is going along with the plan. The shit crazy. So then we get this final scene. Dale, he goes to the hospital to see Kareem. The nurse tells Dale Kareem gonna be fine, but he was hit with something that did serious damage to his brain. So Dale, he sits with Kareem, telling them, like, I hope you get better so you can explain what happens, because Sharon's locked up right now. And they saying that she did this to you. Which she did, but I mean, she was defending herself. Then Kareem's drug dealing cousin, he comes in the room like, you, to Dale. And Dale's like, what are you doing here? And that's how the episode ended. Like I said, I would grade it a C+. Not too much really happened. But they thought we were supposed to be like, oh, snap, the FBI agents from Ruthless. And why they think that was a cliffhanger at the end of the episode? Okay, the drug dealing cousin comes in the thing. They'll already know about the drug operating ring now, so why wouldn't he... Like, okay, he didn't know y'all was cousins. Okay. Predictions for episodes to come. Well, like I said, we saw Eli lie and say that his wife was with the kids, so he in on the whole scheme. So him and Victoria probably is going to try to... Like I said, I don't put it past Victoria to kill the president. It would go along with their plan. Like I said, I wonder what they're going to do when they find out that Kareem is in a coma and Sharon's the one put him there and she in jail. So they're going to think that Sharon and Kareem got something to do with the drug thing, but the whole time the situation don't line up. Anything else? I don't care. Richard asked me to stay away from Nancy for the time being. So that shit is all the way out of her system because she tripping. And like I said, I don't put it past Priscilla to go home and fuck Sam's brains out. I bet you that shit turned her on. And some weird ass Tyler Perry shit, you know. But those are my little predictions for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. And like I said, comment below what you thought of the episode. What you thought about what I talked about. If I forgot anything. If I was off on anything. And also what you would grade this episode. And like this video and subscribe to my channel. Because like I always say, I don't only review this show. I review other shows as well. And I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.